So, the development of my tower defense game has had a lot of roadblocks. In this devlog, I'll show you how I worked through them. The first problem was easy to fix. I was burnt out from working on the game for too long, so I just took a break, and conveniently it was right around the holiday season. After receiving my annual lump of coal and celebrating New Year's, I got back to work. The next problem was some of the art in the game has become outdated, and by that I mean mega ugly. So I had to update some of the sprites to be less mega ugly. Most notably, the money icon in the top left corner used to look like, just look at it, disgusting, wretched art my mom would have let me put in the fridge in kindergarten. I made that probably 5 months ago, so it's really outdated. After a little bit of messing around in A-Sprite, I had a brand new version. I also made the Rainbow Factory even gayer than before. Lastly, the Cryogenesis got a minor redesign, so now it looks a little bit cooler. My game was lacking something. Juice. In my opinion, juice is when your actions feel like they have an oomph, which creates satisfaction for the player. One way to add satisfaction is to give each action a sound effect, which I did. About 20 new sounds and a few redone sounds were added over the course of 2 days, and here's a couple of my favorites.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
My game's balance is terrible, or at least it was. My chef, Rainbow Factory, and office were all poorly tuned, and it was making the game less fun. I had a dominant strategy. A dominant strategy is basically when there's a single strategy that is the best in most scenarios. This makes the game much less exciting, because there's nothing to think of when there's the old reliable strategy. My chef tower was definitely dominant in my game. Each chef would make $15 multiplied by the number of chefs placed down. This would create a snowball effect very fast with just a few chefs. So with that in mind, I had to do a rework. The chef's income is multiplied by 15 times the number of chefs placed down, but now it's only calculated when the chef is first placed down, meaning the first chef will make 15, and the second will make 30, and the third will make 45, etc. Compared to the old version where all the chefs would have made 45. I like this design much better because it captures what I'm trying to do. A cheap, income-inefficient tower that with enough money and chefs will become the most efficient in the game. You need to place down 18 chefs before one of them will be able to pay itself off in one wave. On to the buffs, I bumped the Rainbow Factory's income up to 2,900, and later I'll add a pollution order to poison enemies. Next buff was the office tower. I made this fireball split into 3 spiraling fireballs that last about 3 seconds. The fire now gives enemies a new status effect called burn. Burn works the same way as poison, except it does a flat amount of damage over time instead of a percentage-based damage. I also gave the falling fireball contact damage, which is useful on vertical straightaways. On to the additions, I've given every agent a name. To list them off, we have Jen, Big D, and Ian Snitch, but also I've added the 4th agent to the game, Agent Red, otherwise known as Houchi. Houchi allows you to place down consumable spikes onto the track to kill enemies. A fine and simple addition to the game. Onto the rapid fire, I added more waves to level 2, I added a new font, I improved some of the wall sprites, and the wave button sprite is slightly different. Last but not least, I've changed the red day from Sunday to Saturday. I've also added some sounds. I'm not really sure what they're for. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more, and follow my Twitter if the site isn't dead yet. Now enjoy the outro gameplay as the silence consumes me.